those of you who've been following me regularly and who know me for some time, you know that there are many things in the Czech immigration system that don't make sense, many things that are not what they are like trying to look like, and that there are some even stupidities, I would say. So today I decided to talk about one of these, and that's the investment visa. Because it sounds like wonderful, investment visa, okay, so I will just invest some money and I can easily get a visa, but it's not exactly like that. So today I'll go with you through the requirements for the investment visa, and I will describe what it is all about. So first of all, let me tell you that I have not, of course not met, but I have not met and I have not even heard anyone about anyone who would get the investment visa, and I have not even heard about anyone who would even apply. That could probably give you a hint how likely it is that you will get this type of visa, but let's go into details anyway. First of all, the investment visa is not really a visa. Investment visa is a type of residence permit. So you're not applying for the visa sticker in your passport, but for a residence permit card, the biometric plastic card with your fingerprints and biometric data. As for who qualifies, easily said or simply said, you can be either a private person or a corporation, and you are the director of the corporation, let's say a representative of the corporation, but you must be wanting or willing to do a significant investment in the Czech Republic. That's the official definition. And significant is nowhere further defined. So it's basically up to the decision-making officer if they think this is like a significant investment or not. Well, so let's go through the documents and then see, because we will probably, you will get the understanding of what is required if you want to apply for the investment visa, and if it's something you are able or willing to do to apply. Okay, so let's see. So we already know that you need to be willing to make a significant investment. What it means, no one knows, but we know what documents you need to submit. Okay, so obviously your passport, you need to fill in a form, you need to provide one photograph, like a passport size photo, nothing too complicated there yet. But then, you need to provide documents demonstrating that, let's say, that you have access in the territory of the Czech Republic to finances for implementation of significant investment. So, you need to be willing to make a significant investment, and you must prove that you have enough money to make significant investment, but you don't know what is the money to invest. What is the amount? Anyway, let's go further. You need to provide financial statement, or basically some kind of tax records showing how much you earned in the last 2 years. So I would say the last 2 years tax returns showing your income and that you're earning significantly enough for this type of residence permit. Then you also need to, upon request, if the ministry wants, you also need to be able to prove where the money is coming from. Okay, you prove that you have this high enough income, but you also need to prove where the money is coming from. Let me see what's there. Yeah, of course that you need to prove that you are not in the process of bankruptcy. Interesting, of course. Then you need to provide documents proving ownership and origin of the assets to be invested. So again, if you, for example, want to invest through some, not money, but through some machines or like a different form of investment, you need to prove where this is coming from. Document proving that you are debt free, but that only applies if the company is Czech. let's see. Blah 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 blah. As partner, government member. Now, okay, these are anyway for other types, other situation. Blah blah blah. Proof of registration. Yeah, of course, you need to also prove that you are somewhere registered, either as a freelancer, if you do it as a freelancer, if you want to invest significant amount of money in the Czech Republic as a freelancer, or if you want to do it as a company, then in both cases you need to prove that you are able to run business. So if you're a freelancer, you will need to provide some kind of trade license or business license, something similar to that. For a company, you will need to provide registration documents or some extract from a register showing that this company exists, and then of course all the previous documents showing that you have enough money and where the money is coming from and that you can use it. Okay, what else? Blah blah blah. And then there are quite like standard things like criminal records and like upon request confirmation that you don't have some like spreadness you could sickness you could spreadness you could seek, travel medical insurance, all that. But then another thing is that you also need to provide a detailed business plan of like how you plan on investing the money in the Czech Republic, what exactly you will be doing. And I'll go through the business plan with you because they provide, the ministry provides kind of a template, let's say, how you should write the business plan, and I will show you some important bits there. Yeah, so officially a business plan containing a description of the targets of the plan to implement a significant investment, a risk assessment of execution of this plan, the reasons for making such significant investment in the territory, description of a separate stages of the plan to implement a significant investment, including a time schedule, the volume of finances earmarked to each stage, description of the product to be manufactured or service to be provided, customer and sales outlet target groups, and of the technical and technological processes of production or the method of provision, and description of the method of securing a workforce. So basically like a very detailed business plan, how you plan on investing the money, what exactly the company will be doing. One thing which comes to mind in this perspective is that I have no idea who at the ministry will be making the decisions and how they are qualified. You know, most of the people who work at the Ministry of the Interior and make the decisions, I don't know they're even qualified to like sit in the chair, like let alone making some decisions, because really, of course, not everyone. I don't want to like be general and like offend someone or like the ministry in general. But there are some people, some decision makers, which the letters I've seen they wrote, probably like 10-year-old could write way better than them. Like from perspective of grammar, the structure of the letter, the mistakes they made, like the factual mistakes, things they forgot to get rid of, things they forgot to put there. I see very, very, very bad letters from the ministry requesting some documents which they already had and stuff like that. So I cannot imagine that someone at the ministry will be qualified enough to decide what is a significant investment. But let's see, guys, if you think you meet this criteria, if you want to try and apply for this type of visa, get in touch. I'll be happy to help, or we'll be happy to help in general and move to Prague, because I would like to see this in real life and like how the ministry is justifying their decision, either the approval or the denial of such plan. So, but back to the business plan template, okay? I'll just go through the steps the ministry is requesting, and it will also show you what kind of investment they're looking for. So step number 1, applicant's characteristics, so like brief general company history, main milestones in development of the company from its beginnings to the target, inspiration may be taken in the last financial statement, emphasize company certificates, emphasize that the company concentrates on compliance with environment-related regulations. So I don't think this is like for any freelancers that you have like ISO whatever implemented and that you're focusing on supporting environment friendly practices. But maybe get in touch with me if you meet the criteria so far. Second, description of planned activities. So describe what the anticipated investment concerns, summarize what assets will be acquired, land, building, machinery, intangible assets. For buildings, specify if investment will concern construction, acquisition, rental, technical improvement, etc. blah blah blah. How many new employees will be taken on the project, estimated salary costs, planned training, etc. Again, this doesn't seem like a thing for freelancers, so it's like if you want to hire employees here, if you want to build some warehouse or some factory and then hire employees, maybe, but probably not if you're a digital nomad and you want to do it online marketing from here. So another personnel requirements of the projects. How many new workers will be employed, how they will be structured in terms of specialization. For example, 20 IT workers, 1 assistant, 1 accountant. Educational requirements, for example, how many graduates of universities, secondary schools, etc. Yeah, and then I'll probably just, I think you get the idea now, that if you say, or if you hear somewhere, Czech Republic offers investment visa, that in most cases you can just forget about it, because it's like investment visa on paper, but it's only meant for like the huge companies willing to invest tens or hundreds of million crowns here, not really like freelancers. So like some of the next parts of the business plan, project and result product, investment schedule, description of method of financing, description of the main competitors, description of customers and sales outlets, reasons for investing in the Czech Republic, impact of investment for the quality of life of the population of the Czech Republic, and then some appendices like organizational structure of the grouping. Yeah, so I guess now you get the idea, but honestly this makes no sense in my opinion, because also another thing is that the decision should be made within 30 days after you submit the documents. I don't think I've seen, I've seen ministry make decision in 30 days, but I cannot imagine that with what I mentioned before, that they would be even able to read the business plan in 30 days, probably not. So I think what they will do is that they will just check like how many papers you gave them, and if they see that it's more than 100, they will approve it without even reading it. If they see it's that's like 52 documents, they will deny it, and then I don't know what they will base the reasoning on, but they will just come up with something. So guys, this was kind of fun for me, because there are many things like that. Like I see it online all the time, like Czech Republic offers digital nomad visa, and then everyone starts writing us, yeah, how can I get the digital nomad visa? And then we need to explain that digital nomad visa does not really exist in the Czech Republic. That is just like some stupidity that appeared somewhere, like first on some Israeli server, and then all the other servers started to like just using it as a truth. Then you tell us, hey, I seen an investment visa that it's pretty simple to get. This is the reality. And there are many things like that. The seasonal visa. Yeah, sir, I got a work permit for a seasonal visa. What should I do now? Nothing, because you will never get an appointment. And even if you did, the seasonal visa makes no sense because it's for maximum of 6 months. Most cases meant for like up to 3 months. And in 3 months, you will not even make that money which you paid for your agent to get you the work contract, and which you will pay for the flight ticket. So if you want to have like a nice holiday, which will maybe be even, that you will not pay anything, but you will not earn anything either, then okay, maybe apply for a seasonal visa, but in other cases it makes no sense. So the investment visa is one of these. So hopefully guys, this doesn't piss you off much. I just wanted to make a content with this topic as well. Maybe it was useful for some of you, so let me know in the comments what you think, and see you next time. Monday, Thursday, until the end of the world. See you guys. Bye bye. Good night. So, 3 people watching. Guys, thank you very much. I would not say that's like 1 o'clock or whatever it is now, that 3